Hello, this is a weird video. I am watching a Sinister Scrafty video. This is in good faith, no hate to this guy. I may be a little bit critical. I've just been playing this game for quite a while now. And I'm very I can get I think everyone should be a little critical of everyone's tier list, I think. So anyways, on to the video.
Hi guys, Sinister Scrafty here.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, please check out this guy's video. He makes pretty good videos. I've watched his tier list videos. If you're into the Pokemon stuff, from what I've seen of his Pokemon stuff, it's pretty good. I'm not a big Pokemon head, but I know a bunch of people are.
Today I'm doing a Melee tier list. This is going to be a series on my channel. I'm going to be doing the F tier first. But what does it mean to be F tier? F tier means you have no business playing these characters. It's never going to be a good idea. And the only exception to that is Zelda, just because she is tied to Sheik. That's literally the only reason. And because of that, Zelda has a niche. And also because of that, you could argue that Zelda is the best in the F tier. Let me know in the comments what you think of that, because I think that it could have some merit. But as a preface, I've got to say that I've been playing Melee for 23 years, and I've been playing competitively for a very long time. Due to my lifestyle, I don't have time to go to tournaments. I've gone to a few locals, but I play, and I play a lot. I have thousands of hours into the game easily. This is my outlook on the characters in.
Okay, the thing about Zelda, he mentioned Zelda has a weird niche. I agree with that. But Zelda has like a weird niche in like the Ices matchup. I know he mentions that. I just wanted to mention that.
In the game. This is not taking into account human ability or consistency. I just care
I
about how good the character is, and that's all.
okay, this is my first big issue. I think you have to or to make like a tier list. I think you need to take in punish slash advantage, disadvantage slash defense, in neutral. I think you need to take in those three things when making a tier list for a platform fighter.
At number 26, we have Bowser. Bowser's the worst character in the game. He is way too big. He has the worst jump squat in the game, and is way too slow. He is slower than a slug. He has decent moves, but they are far and few in between.
I agree with this.
He's extremely one-dimensional, and even in his best stage, Yoshi's Story, he has a really hard time getting going. Crouch cancel.
I think the jump squat and the Sheik matchup make him the worst character in the game, because that matchup is actually the worst matchup in the game.
Potential has been betrayed by the fact that his recovery is abysmal at best and hot crap at worst. He has an awful grab range that hurts his crouch cancel game, and almost exclusively relies on his up special to get anything started because that's his fastest move. Number 25, Ness. This character has the worst recovery in the game.
I feel like Kirby, because of his throws in disadvantage, are kind of automatically worse. Kirby has a really bad disadvantage. So does Ness, keep in mind. I don't really care. Both of these characters are dog shit, though.
He has good aerials, among the best in the game, in my opinion, as a kid, but just cannot make it happen. As soon as he is off stage, he's dead. Longevity and defense are crucial in this game too, not just offense. And while Ness has a respectable punish game, he fails on all other accounts. Speed is important, and Ness does not have it. Number 24, Kirby. Kirby is very slow, with respectable moves. Do you see a pattern here? Recovery is deceiving. It's never as good as you want, and it's never as good as you think. Because of its bad speed, combo game is very limited. Dysfunctional throws are unfortunate, and Kirby has good normals, but
Kirby has okay. Okay, I play Kirby in like low tier brackets, so I feel like I could talk about Kirby. Kirby has good tilt, okay tilt. Up tilt's pretty good, down tilt's pretty good. F tilt has niches. Kirby also has down air has niches too sometimes, as like edge guarding, sometimes as a combo starter. Kirby also has follow ups. I think that makes him a little bit better. Let's say like I feel like Kirby would see like I feel like if someone like a weird top player picked up Kirby as like a for like low tier brackets, I feel like Kirby would people would probably have like a better view than as of Kirby. But I think Kirby's hold back by his disadvantage in very like linear play style. Kirby plays linear, and I mean linear.
he has bad special moves and he has bad smash attacks. His aerials are okay, but they are on the slow side. Number 23, Zelda. Zelda has some of the best forward and back aerials in the game. That competition is a bit stiff, but I stand by it. The character is incredibly slow. Zelda can recover very well and live surprisingly long. Her neutral is a really big struggle. It's really awkward. She struggles versus crouch cancel due to her slow grab. Her grab is as fast as Link's, and that's really slow. And it doesn't have the
Zelda also plays very linear. That's the big issue with like most of the low tiers in Melee. They play very linear.
range to compensate for it. So throwing out grabs is very risky to say the least. It could rise above Pichu due to a notable Ice Climbers matchup. Number 22, Pichu. In my opinion, Pichu and Zelda are almost interchangeable, depending on what you value more.
I agree with that.
I value speed a lot more personally, and Pichu definitely has the edge against Zelda. In my eyes, due to that factor alone, that makes Pichu a better character. Pichu is extremely lightweight and it hurts itself, so you basically have to play perfectly with this character to truly make it work. But it is really let down due to mediocre range and constantly hurting itself, including pummeling. Absurd. Number 21, Mr. Game & Watch.
Yikes. This is the one where I have like the big disagreements. Game and Watch has a better punish than Roy. Not he has a more consistent punish on Roy. Roy has a really good pun. Roy has a pretty good punish on like fast fallers, but that's about it. Game and Watch has a consistent punish on floaties, middleweights, fast fallers. With throws, he also has more ability to kill than Roy. Roy Ridus is a big issue. That's what I call it. Anyway, but Roy, I think Game & Watch is better than Roy and Young Link, but that's how I would rank him.
Mr. Game & Watch is the
Especially as like a true DFW individual.
highest rank in my F tier. He is extremely lightweight. He has average
You know who else is lightweight? Jigglypuff. And that is a S tier character. I'm not saying he's better than Jigglypuff, but
mobility and terrible defense. No shield. His out of shield game is awkward. Well, let's just
it is bad. I agree with that. If Game & Watch had a better shield and L cancel, I think he would probably be seen as a better
say
character.
it, bad. His offense is middling as well. He heavily relies on forward
No, I disagree with this. Game & Watch has a pretty good offense. He has a down tilt that will kill pretty early on characters, on like Yoshi's and FOD. He has a He has actually the best down tilt's contender for one of the best down tilts in the game.
Forward air and down air. His character is not good, and I don't think it is ever worth playing him.
Okay, I don't agree with that statement. I think if you like enjoy playing low tiers, if you like enjoy the character, go for it. If you don't like care about like winning hard in melee, you should do it.
There
Low tier brackets are very fun.
are notable Game & Watch players, but the reality is they are just extremely good. Game
There are notable Game & Watch players. Who was that one Game & Watch, and someone can like correct me in the comments below, but who was that one Game & Watch at Low Tide? I went there. I did go to Low Tide City, but who was his name again? I forget his name. It wasn't Pickles or like Tia, not Tia. Yeah, T. The other two Game & Watches from DFW. It was a Florida Game & Watch player, but he did pretty well. I'm pretty sure he like made a really good result there. I thought him in friendlies. He was really good. But anyways, Game & Watch can get like notable results. I don't think Game & Watch is like a good character. I think he like I just think he's like belongs like better than like belongs probably around C in the C tier around like Young Link and Roy. He's better than them.
& Watch simply does not have anything to notably separate it from the characters above him. His strengths are not strong enough to compensate for the devastating weaknesses that he has. It is easier to mix up your opponents with grabs due to having the same animation, but
It's a toss up. His throws are literally like a 50-50 gamble on where you want to DI.
ultimately it comes down to just having really bad moves overall and having to over rely on your few good ones. All your special moves are pretty bad. And the one saving grace is having strong, big aerials, but that's not the only thing you can offer in a game like Melee. This is a bit controversial because Game & Watch is typically seen to be a bit better than this, and knowing how to play against this character is very punishing to Game & Watch. So overall, Game & Watch is very weak. Thanks for watching. Sinister's Crafty.
Game & Watch is very weak in a lot of instances, but I think is punished in being able to kill consistent on every character consistently. I think he makes him better than Young Link and Roy.
Out.
Anyways, on to the next list. Where is it?
Welcome to my second installment of my Melee tier list, C tier. These characters are notably inferior versions of other characters without exception. Number 20, Roy. Don't Test Me has
I agree. This is the big disagreement. I would put Roy. Okay, I think I would put Roy in F tier. Zane is very good at the game. I think you can make that also argument that Zane is very good at the game. In fact, he's number one in the world. But I think the problem is Roy has big issues killing. Roy does not have a consistent punish game on Roy only has a consistent punish game on fast fallers. Roy doesn't even beat fast fallers. He just has a pretty okay considering.
been a pioneer for this character, and proved without a doubt that Roy is not F tier. It places higher than Game & Watch, primarily because of a much more solid Spacies matchup.
I agree as like a pretty okay spacey matchup, but it's not. It's around the same as like Game and Watch's matchup on Spacies.
Roy has good mobility and moves in terms of frame data, but he is much too weak to capitalize on that fact. Great neutral grab and throws, but is highly susceptible.
His throws are okay. his throws get much weaker on like floaties. He cannot kill very many characters. He'll just like keep doing like basic shit. Roy has a good CC and good down tilt, but most of Roy's normals have bad weak spots. And he has like F smash, but that's a very risky move to throw out in neutral.
To Gimps and has a mediocre disadvantage. Cleaning up the stock with Roy can be extremely
It is very extremely challenging. Roy's scrap is horrible. And not even like on FD. I think this matters too. He's only really sub functional on FD. Every other stage, he fucking sucks on. Battlefield, he's bad on. Yoshi's, he's bad on. FOD, he's bad on. Dreamland, he's bad on. Every other stage in the game, he's not. He's dysfunctional.
challenging. And
Not to mention, he has a really bad matchup against Sheik.
so, it is easy
But I think Sheik deletes pretty much every low tier in the game.
to become one-dimensional. Roy truly is our boy, though.
Okay, I agree.
Young Link is quick with an incredibly good ledge dash and solid projectiles. However, he struggles greatly with crouch cancel and trouble closing up stocks at times. He is inferior to Link, who has a much
Nothing he says here is something I disagree with. These next few tiers, because I pre-reviewed this video. I think all these characters pretty much I don't disagree with. Like the placement is Young Link is kind of weird because you don't see Young Link at all. You pretty much don't see any of these characters at all.
better matchup into crouch cancel in general and is a better solo main, in my opinion. Number 18.
I agree with this.
Mario. I think there is no reason to play Mario over Dr. Mario. He has a problem finishing stocks, and he has average mobility and mediocre range.
He does.
Mario has a good forward smash, but he has a terrible sour spot. He also has a really good up air. His back air
I'm gonna speed this up because I pretty much agree with everything he says about Mario.
is decent, and his throws are solid. Fireballs are pretty bad, and Cape is literally amazing and extremely underrated move. Overall, not impressed with Mario. Just play Dr. Mario, please.
Mewtwo. I agree. I agree with the statement. Then he's gonna like rank Ganondorf. However, I do think Mewtwo has the potential to be seen as like a higher character. I'm not even saying this because of Leffen. I'm saying this because if like someone like Amza or like a box player picked up Mewtwo, I feel like he would probably be seen as like a much higher player, much like higher character, not player. What am I saying?
Number 17.
Mewtwo is just very wonky.
Mewtwo. I think this is the most underrated character. It's just that Mewtwo is extremely hard. He has an awful tail hurt box, which holds him
He does.
back a lot, unfortunately. Amazing recovery, but is very lightweight. Also, is very bad off the ledge. He heavily relies on his up B recovery. He is completely outclassed by Yoshi, in my opinion. You should just play Yoshi. If you're going to pick a hard double jump character, then Yoshi is the one to pick. Mewtwo has a good punish, he has a good projectile, he has really amazing throws. He has really good moves in forward tilt, down tilt, up tilt. His smash attacks are a little bit lacking though, unfortunately. Number 16, Ganondorf. Ganondorf is very heavy, which is wonderful.
I agree with the statement. This is probably where I would put Ganondorf. I think Ganondorf and Mewtwo could probably like make top 8 at like a regional, like a low tide city or if like low tier comes back and it's like a regional as well. I feel like they would probably do well, or like at a dream hack. I think they could, if a really good player, if they aren't racist, could probably do well.
He hits like a truck, but is very slow with a bad jump squat. His frame data leaves a lot to be desired, but it was probably necessary considering how strong this guy is. He is definitely the best of C tier, outclassed by Falcon entirely. Speed and recovery are his biggest issues, so because Falcon removes the speed issue, that's why Falcon becomes Comes so much better than Ganon. He
Ganon actually has like ways to mix up his speed. He also has like a good short hop.
does well against other slow characters, however. I do not think that Ganondorf
And I think like him having like Smash 64 hitboxes helps him a lot in like having really having like RTC on characters like I think helps him too.
can or will ever take a tournament. Make sure to stay tuned for B tier next time on my channel.
Okay. This is the end of this part of the video. I don't disagree with him on some of this. Not disagree. I shouldn't have said that. Anyways, I don't know how to end this video. So I'll see you for the next review part.